What's going on? This is Lazarus Bruner Jr., founder, owner, head wellness coach at Goodman Wellness LLC. And I want to come to you with this very important message. So, in my wellness journey, I really had to learn the difference between isolation and solitude. All right, let me tell you what I'm talking about. A lot of times as men, right, because my focus is men's wellness, a lot of times as men, when we hit walls in our lives, when we hit difficult situations or times, areas of our lives, depending on the habits that we built up until that point, we do one or two things. We either run and face those conflicts and challenges head on, or we retreat. There's really no in between. So a lot of times we build the habit of retreating. And this looks like isolation. This looks like, hey, I'm going off by myself. I'm disconnecting from the people that I love and love me. And I'm just going to sit in this dark cave and sulk. If you're familiar with David's story, David of the Bible, when he hit this time, he went into a cave called Adullam, and he was just in this cave. I mean, you can just imagine being in this darkness and just getting used to just sitting in this darkness and this heavy weight of guilt and shame just being upon you. That's not healthy, fellas, and that's not well. And a lot of us has gotten accustomed to isolating ourselves and disconnecting ourselves from the people that we love, as well as the purpose and vitality that we should be walking in. So that's not healthy. And as a wellness coach and as a man myself, I've grown through those periods of time where I've isolated myself, and that was just my norm. And then I learned about solitude. And if you're familiar with it, Jesus was a perfect example of that. He gave. A lot of times when he healed the masses or did this big event, he would always retreat early in the morning or late at night away by himself, off in the wilderness by himself to get refilled and recharged. And that is solitude, my guys. So isolation is choosing to disconnect from everything that's going to give you your vitality, your sense of purpose and clarity, and just sit in it. Solitude is choosing to get away and disconnecting so that you can reconnect with your source. For me, that's my Heavenly Father. He is my source of all that I need. A lot of times, it's just a period where there's nothing that any human could give me at that time that's going to scratch that internal longing for revitalization, right? That's a divine engagement and interaction. When I disconnect from people temporarily to go and be in the presence of God alone in solitude, that is wellness. That's what helps me continue to drive this mission home of helping other men define what wellness is for them. And part of how I get away is, as you can see, it's why I'm keeping this helmet on, is part of my, well, it's my Can-Am Riker. I don't feel like I should be showing it right now because I don't want to be braggadocious, but that's how I get away in solitude. Not only does it matter where I go, but it matters how I get there too, and I love to get there in style. Bow. So here it is, man. A lot of us are in leadership positions, whether it's at home, in our marriages, as husbands, as fathers, in the community, in the marketplace. We are leaders, and there are so many people that are connected to us that are depending on us to be our full and whole and healthy selves, right? And a lot of times we know in our minds we are insufficient. A lot of times our efforts make us feel inadequate. And all that is, to a certain extent, very true. We are humans. We do not have it all together, and we are very limited a lot of times in what we're able to give. We're not able to please everyone. So we have to come to that realization. That's just the truth of the matter. But with God, all things are possible. And so I say that to say, please, let's exercise letting go of isolating ourselves and then embracing solitude for the purpose of re-engaging those people who are connected to us from a healthy place. Once again, this is Lazarus Bruner Jr., Head Wellness Coach at Goodman Wellness, and I hope if you're having difficulties with this, I hope that I can be that guide and that coach that can help you embrace your best self being the man, the good man that you are. All right.